the undead, where evil lurks in every shadow and monsters roam the streets, mankind's only survival rests in the hands of two Welsh warriors. Armed with boomsticks, chainsaws, bad language, these beacons of hope will stop at nothing to obliterate deadites, vampires, psychotic nurses. So, hold tight, strap in, and let the professionals take charge. Otherwise, you're in for a rough, blood-soaked night.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, Jenks.
Yeah. Hey, it's Mother's Day. Have you seen your mother today?
It is. I did.
Good boy.
I celebrated Mother's Day last weekend, but I did pop down today to say hello.
It's just probably a stupid question, but I don't think Mother's Day is the same in America, is it? I'm sure it's a different date. Almost positive.
I don't know. No idea.
I'm sure it is. Either way, yeah, I went to see my mum today. It's getting hard to buy stuff. Chocolates, all I can think of. She don't want anything. She's too old.
Yeah.
She's got everything.
Mine is wax melts and candles.
Fuck is a wax melt?
Well, you put a candle in this device, and then you put the wax melt on top, and the candle melts the wax melt, and then it smells.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm not as creative as that. I bought some Quality Street chocolate and some fudge.
Yeah, terrible son you are. Boy.
Yeah, do you know, I've had a great day, right? So my wife didn't want anything off the kids. They just made some cards, and I said, look, you got to clean the house today now for your mother. I'm sick of doing all the Mother's Day stuff because like my kids are old enough now to do their own thing. But I buggered off to the cinema on my own to watch 2 films in a row. Do you know, as much of a movie fan as I am, I have never done that ever.
Oh, really?
I've been to the cinema twice in one day. Like I might have gone to see like a kid's film with my daughter in the morning, then I've gone to see something that I went to see in the evening. Yeah. But I don't think I've ever gone to the cinema, timed it, and then gone to a different screen in the same moment.
Oh, do you know, I used to work right next door to an Odeon.
Yeah.
I would finish my shift at 4:30, and I'd go see 3 films sometimes because it was literally next to each other. And I'd time the films, and I'd sometimes see 3. The most I've seen in one day, back to back, is 3.
Oh, yeah.
What did you watch?
So I went to see a working man, Jason Statham. Now, don't listen to that review. It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't know. Look, you showed me that review in Empire, give it 1 star, right?
Yeah.
Clearly, somebody who doesn't like those films watched it because
Yeah.
It's like me reviewing or you reviewing fucking Pride and Prejudice. We're gonna go, oh my god, it's fucking shit, you know. But look, it's exactly the same plot as Taken. So he's a working man. He works on a building site, but he's ex-army, something in a usual story.
Yeah.
And his boss's daughter gets kidnapped for the sex trade. And then he goes on a one-man mission to take him out. It's very Beekeeper, very John Wick. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. The only gripe I had was some of the action sequences were a bit shaky. I couldn't really see what was going on, and I cannot stand shaky cam crap. I like crisp fighting, I do.
Oh, God, yeah. What else did you watch?
And then I watched Lady in the Yard.
Oh, Jenks, is it awful?
No, not at all. It's really good.
Really?
Yeah, really good. Don't listen to reviews. I would give it a solid 3 stars. Same with...
that's not very good, Jenks.
No, I give it a solid... Look, if you had 60% in your maths exam, you'd be happy, okay?
I know, but you went, it's really good. 3 stars. Yeah, 3 stars, right, is... I could just about bear with it, right? It was a decent film.
I give myself 3 stars, okay? So I'll take...
I give your reviewing system 2 stars.
No. Listen, I was watching it because I was expecting it to be shit because I haven't heard much about these very late reviews. I watched it and I was expecting it to be crap, but it wasn't. It was a really good premise. I think it would have been better as like an hour episode of something. It's a bit stretched towards the end.
Yeah, I cannot be asked for another trauma movie. I can't be asked for it.
Trauma.
That's all they seem to be doing at the moment. Yeah, it's all about generational trauma and it's all psychological and it has a deeper meaning. And
Well, I tell you what the good thing. Well, I'll start with the bad of this film. I wouldn't say bad. There's nothing bad in it, as in like acting or dialogue, anything. It's really well written. It's a bit too high end for Blumhouse, to be honest. It was a bit. Yes, it's not shit. Honestly, I think you'd like it. I just think at the end it's so obscure and strange. It's got a bit of Babadook about it, where you're not
Oh,
really.
there we are. Then that says it all.
You're not
that
really
says everything I need to
you're not
know.
really sure if it's, but the premise, it's great because completely all set in the daylight. It's like a reverse Lights Out, where the day, because she can use the shadow and they're blocking out the light, so the darkness, and making the room dark so that she can't use the shadows. But what I love about it, she's in the yard and she's quite far away. And every time they look in the window, she's a little bit closer. And it's all set in that house and that woman. And it's...
God, that's original, isn't it?
I really thought it was good. You take the piss.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's just a woman coming a bit closer every time.
Yeah.
I think it would have been better as a 30-minute, an hour one. I think it was a bit stretched and a bit confusing towards the end. But I would recommend it, definitely. A solid 3 stars.
Yeah, well, I give Novocaine 4 stars.
Yeah.
I recently watched Novocaine. Well, on my letterbox, it's a 3.5, Jenks. But if you forced me to cap it off to a full star, it'd be closer to 4 than 3.
Yeah.
It's nothing I'm going to be screaming about.
Yeah.
It's a movie we've seen a million times before, but I really like what's his name?
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid.
Yeah.
He's got something about him. Obviously, I'm a big fan of The Boys.
Yeah.
He obviously carries the movie. He is the main star in it, but he's hilarious. There's a bit where he's being tortured and he's got to pretend like he feels it.
I've seen that.
Yeah, but Jenks, honestly, right, it's such a funny scene.
So he's getting a bit typecast now, and he's the sort of wimpy guy who's been thrown into action.
Yeah, 100%.
Three big projects now, isn't there? So he's got Companion, this Boys, and maybe something else as well.
He was in Scream.
Scream, yeah.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, like I said, I know I give him 3 stars. I would have given the Jason Statham 4 stars. Genuinely, it was really good. It was very much like The Beekeeper. But it kind of outstayed its welcome a little bit towards the end, and again, it's slightly shaky camera, not like it used to, like this too much.
Yeah.
But sometimes I couldn't see what was going on, and you felt like you're missing out on a really good fight because the choreography was amazing. Jason Statham's always good, but don't listen to that review. It is good. I think you'd give it a solid 3 stars.
Yeah, happy days.
That's not a bad thing.
I didn't say it was a bad thing, Jenks, but I wouldn't start a review by saying, "Oh my God, that was really good." 3 stars.
What am I supposed to say then? Good.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it was good.
Right. Should we
it's
see?
It's all about the tone, Jenks. It's all about
Should
the
we
tone.
see who's in the house?
Aye.
We got Jordan's in the house. Jordan Moran, how's it doing, buddy?
What's happening, Jord?
We got Hugh Huckridge. Fair play to Hugh. He's always on time. Ella Starr's in the house, and we got Palf. Wendy Palfrey.
Can I just say as well, guys, it is Wendy Palfrey's birthday today. So if everyone can wish her a big happy birthday. Happy birthday, Wendy.
Oh, yeah. And we've got, what else we got here? We've got Dawn Keat is here on time. Fair play.
She's turned a leaf, she has.
I know. We got Gina's in the house. How's it going, Gina? So today we are doing our first ever. We've been doing this channel now for almost, well over a year now. For almost 15 months.
Over.
Our first ever April or whatever review of what's coming up. We've never done that before. Of all the
a
shit
news rundown of upcoming movies.
Yeah, we've never done that before. All the shit we've done. But yeah, we're doing that. So, do you want to kick things off, or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, go on, kick it off, Jenks.
I was going to start with this Woman in the Yard, but it came out today, so it's not quite April.
Yeah.
But I've talked about it, so I'll skip that. Should we jump straight into Sinners?
Yes.
This is out 18th of this month. I was hoping it was out when I'm coming up to see you next weekend. I was hoping we could see it together, but yeah, 18th.
You know what? I don't like going to cinema when you come up anyway. I would rather sit in my living room, drink, and watch shit films.
Yeah,
It feels like, when me and you go to cinema together, it feels like a chore. Because in my head, I'm like, I can go see this film anytime I want to.
Yeah.
When you're up, I would rather have a few drinks and watch Pet Sematary 2.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. But last time we went to the cinema together, it was Evil Dead Rise. We could not see that.
Oh,
together,
that's different. We went out of our way to watch that together, innit?
Yeah,
Do you know
definitely.
what I mean? It's a different story, like.
Anyway, Sinner is out the 18th. Ryan Coogler is directing. He did Black Panther and Creed 1 and something else. I can't remember what he did. But he didn't do Creed 2, I don't think. I think Michael B. Jordan did Creed 2. Oh, no, sorry. He did do Creed 2. Michael B. Jordan directed Creed 3. But yeah, this, I got to say, I'm really excited about this. It's got full on. It's quite vague with the theme, and it's about vampires. What do you think of this?
Yeah, so for me, it's got a From Dusk Till Dawn vibe about it. Now, I don't think it's going to be as, I don't want to say slapstick, but From Dusk Till Dawn is quite silly. It's basically a B movie in there. Yeah. It's all over the place. Yeah. This one feels a lot more grounded, a lot more serious, but it has got a From Dusk Till Dawn vibe. From what I'm getting is they own some sort of establishment and a group of vampires turn up there and start feeding on them. They've got to fend them off. And I feel like the second half is going to run the same way as From Dusk will. What I'm most excited about this one of my favourite British actors ever is Jack O'Connell. And I love the rise he's had from This Is England, Skins and everything else he's done in Hollywood. And it's great to see him continuously getting better parts. And by the looks of it, Jenks, he looks to be the leader of the vampires. He got his own little featurette trailer where they showed a clip of him turning up there with a few other vampires and they play a little tune for them. And I love that. Any sort of British actor that I grew up with and they were around the same age as me when I was watching them in smaller productions, I love that. I feel the same way with Stephen Graham, although he's much older than me. But when I was a kid, Stephen Graham was only doing stuff like This Is England. And again, he's older than me, but I feel like I've grown up with Stephen Graham and seen his career go from strength to strength.
Yeah. Do you know what? The only thing I'm a little bit gutted is that, not about the film, but like they're really keeping the fact this vampire is quite vague. Like the trailers aren't pushing the vampire element that much. Have you noticed?
With one trailer, they didn't show any vampires at all.
Yeah, and I wonder...
The first trailer.
Like, a part of me thinks, maybe they're just keeping it vague, a bit of mystery. But then another part of me thinks that the studio is afraid that people won't go see it if it's vampires.
Well, I was reading online earlier, and it's tracking big numbers.
Yeah.
Which is a surprise. I mean, not that much of a surprise. Michael B. Jordan is basically a movie star now. I think he's a person who can get people in seats. Ryan Coogler, again, he's got a few big names attached to him. So I feel like you've got the horror community and then just the movie lover community. I feel like people are going to go see it for both reasons.
Yeah.
And apparently, the box office numbers are tracking big.
Do you know, have you seen how stacked he is for this film, Michael B. Jordan?
Is he more stacked than he was in Creed 3?
I just don't think they had steroids back in the 1930s when this is set.
2 bales of hail on a stick. Like.
Just tuna and bales.
Tuna and bales.
Yeah, but no, I do fancy this. I like the fact it's quite vague. We're not normies when it comes to horror, so we're in the know. But I think someone like my wife now, she saw this trailer, she might think, I like Ryan Coogler. He did that. He did Black Panther. I like this guy. He was in Black Panther. Some people go, vampires, and I think the studio are always a little bit reluctant.
It's funny, innit? Because it's usually the other way around. They're quick to get that aspect of the movie out, like they did with 65. They were like, we need to show people that there's dinosaurs in this movie. They seem to be doing the opposite with this one. They're trying to hide the fact that they're vampires.
Maybe it's because of Abigail. Maybe they thought Abigail would nail it, and maybe if they kept the secret with the vampire, maybe it would have done better, which is a shame.
See, that's the thing in there. It takes one movie to change everything. Yeah. Vampires can be on top form, right? Killing at the box office. One bad vampire movie, it changes everything else that comes out after it. Yeah. I found it funny, right? A little bit off topic, and it's just a bit funny to me at the moment, the way Marvel works, right? And I'm not going to go into it too much, but the Russo brothers, they've directed some of the biggest movies to come out of Marvel, and I guarantee you they've got a lot of credit in the Marvel studios.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously, because they've directed The Electric State, and that's been rinsed on Netflix.
Yeah, it cost a fortune to make as well.
Yeah, and the Russo brothers are directing Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
And I've heard that Kevin Feige is petrified. Kevin Feige is petrified.
Of course he is. It's a big...
so apparently, they've got 1 million eyes on them at the moment. Every single day they're checking the script, they're checking everything is running right. So you do 5 big movies for Marvel, you do 1 bad one, your credit's gone, that's it. No one trusts you.
Do you know what it is with the Russo brothers? Is that outside Marvel, they haven't had any hits.
No. The Grey Man wasn't a hit.
No, and I was one of the rare people who quite enjoyed the Grey Man.
I quite enjoyed it. It was. Yeah. Look, it's easy to get an action film right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They did something else as well. Something that didn't do well. I can't remember. But either way.
Tom Holland, the Cherry. Did they direct that?
Cherry? Fuck's
yeah.
That?
It's called Cherry. It's a Tom Holland movie.
Oh,
I'm sure they directed that.
Oh, anyway. Do you want to read a few comments, Kurt?
Yeah, let's do it. Right.
Start with Jordan, this one.
Right, okay. Solid 3 stars out of 100. That's how I see it, Jod. That is exactly how I see it. You need to come in with a different tone. We've got Don. Right, we've read these.
I must have missed
Right,
that.
no, we've got one from Ella here. I watched Companion, was expecting a lot as you both loved it, was a bit disappointed. Oh, what a shame.
That's my favourite film of the year.
Yeah, mine so far as well.
Do you know what?
To be fair, competition isn't great at the moment.
Do you know you're going to kill me, right? And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to admit I think my favourite film of the year is Better Man. The Robbie Williams monkey film.
We've got Ella Starr here. And we've got Palf. I thoroughly enjoyed Novocaine. It was a really fun movie. Yeah, definitely.
I'll watch it this week now.
Cracking. Gina says, watch out for trolls, guys. Ronnie and Blake just had one. They won't last long in here, let me tell you. There we are. We've got some birthday love for Wendy. You're very welcome, Wendy. I hope you've had a lovely day. Don says, thank you guys, bless your cotton socks. We're just happy you're on time, Don, to be honest. We're just happy. We've got Sam Jones. Yes, guys.
Hi, Sam.
Look at that mullet on Van Damme. That's prime Van Damme, hard target.
Oh, with his slash back and his mullet.
Yeah. Do you know, I watched a video on Hard Target earlier, right? And it made me laugh because, do you know in movies, if someone's wearing a trench coat and they'll pull their jacket out and they'll reveal like a gun on their hip. But there's a bit when he does it, he's got nothing there, but he's just like revealing his weapon and it's his leg. But it's the way the guy's talking about it, run down, just made it funnier. But it's slow motion, he rips his jacket open and you expect to see like a gun there.
It's just his leg.
It's just his leg, like.
That's genius.
Like, yeah, that's his weapon of choice.
I'm a big Van Damme fan. I love Time Cop.
Oh, God,
it's amazing.
John Moran says Extraction 1 and 2.
I don't think they directed that.
Which one was Extraction?
With Chris Hemsworth. Maybe they produced it.
Yes. They definitely had something to do with that one. I think they might have directed it, mind.
I'm not sure. Worth Googling. I could be wrong. But I love Extraction 2 is absolutely balls to the wall. One of the best action films I've seen for ages. It's amazing.
Yeah, dare I say, their prison riot scene is almost as good as the prison riot scene in Raid 2.
But it's all one take, right? In Extraction. And there's so much going on with like pyrotechnics and shit like that. There's one scene where he's on fire and he
Yeah.
kind of punches the guy until he's not on fire anymore. You know,
Yeah,
it's
so
just
good.
such a good scene.
Yeah, I loved that film. I need to go back to that one at some point.
Yeah. Gina says, I'm looking forward to seeing Better Man. It sounds like his biographical book. Yeah, I've started reading his bio, but I saw the documentary on Netflix and I thought, I'm going to be watching that, reading his book, and then Better Man came out and I'm like, there's no point. I know the story.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. Even if you absolutely hate Robbie Williams, I'm not a big fan of him, but if you want to see like a really dark bio, oh my God, it's hard hitting. Like, it's not for kids. Yeah, hang on. Somebody's saying that, Jordan. No, I deleted the comma when I realised it was a stunt coordinator. Right, I see. He's on about... Right, should we move on to something
Yes.
shit?
Oh, what the hell is
Right.
this doing in here?
Right, look.
Screamboat Willie.
Okay, well, look, we've got to have a nice balance. It is what it is, okay? These kind of shitty films are like Sharknado. There's an audience for it. I'm not the audience, so I'm not going to shit in it too much. This is out on the 2nd of April, which is out, midweek, I suppose. Your man David Howard Newton is playing
Thornton.
What did I say? Newton. Howard Newton is a composer. He did things like Sixth Sense and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. You're terrified guys playing a fucking mouse.
A fucking mouse.
It is the worst looking mouse ever. Do you know what it reminds me of, Kurt? I only watched the trailer today just for this video. It looks like Cat in the Hat, the Mike Myers film. Have you seen that?
I was just about to say the same thing.
It looks awful. Absolutely
Yeah.
awful.
But
even for a shit film.
It's meant to, innit? Like,
No, I know that, but it is not very. It's not. Look, I know it's meant to be shit, but this is like, I think they could have come up with something a bit better.
I don't know much about this film. I have no interest in it. As much as I love Terrifier, that's about as far as it goes for me. I have no interest in this movie. I haven't even watched the trailer. The Grinch one, the mean one. I've got no interest in these kids' cartoons being turned into horror movies, not because I'm precious about them.
Precious about Steamboat Mickey.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm talking about, you've got Bambi, you've got the Grinch, you've got the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
There's a Piglet film.
Yeah, I have zero interest in these movies.
Yeah.
They do absolutely nothing for me.
Yeah, and look, I was shitting on those guys that did the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, right? Until I saw them on an interview with Film Threat, right? And I completely changed my mind on them. They said, look, we had a few months to put this together. We put together about 50 grand. We chucked it together. We had to beat everybody. It was like a race to get it out quick for Blood and Honey. And they made like 5 million or something crazy.
Yeah. You gotta hats off to the guys.
Oh, fair play. I love shit like that. And they're British guys. But yeah, I can't see us watching this. I thought you might watch it because he's in it, but it looks shit, doesn't it?
Yeah, look, we always go on about like my taste in movies, and
your lack of taste.
What usually happens is, Jenks, is that most of them are really good films that are universally hated by people, and I end up enjoying them. Like, I don't like shittily made films. Do you know what I mean? Cheap, tacky, nasty shit. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes I do.
It just looks like. Look, I know it's the thing is.
Yeah, that is dreadful.
You know, like I said, with Blood and Honey, look, they had a small window of time to do it. I suppose it's the same with this. I suppose they wanted to be first in. They didn't have time.
Yeah, because there's two. There's two in there.
Yeah.
There's another one, Screamboat Willie one.
There was a Popeye one out as well last month.
Yeah, there's two Popeye ones as well. I'm sure there is.
Yeah, it's just a new trend now. I suppose they've
got,
like,
of course
there's certain things. Look, so for anybody who doesn't know about the history behind this, and the same as Winnie the Pooh, it went into the public domain, the rights to Winnie the Pooh, and now
100 years in it.
80 depends sometimes. It's not always as simple as 80 used to be, then 100, but it depends because there's certain things like Disney have that like Disney is 100 years old now, so there must be loads of things that You
Yeah.
still can't use. I don't understand it. But anyway, Steamboat Willie, which Mickey Mouse is based on, is in the public domain, and somebody just jumped on it. It's fucking nonsense, isn't it? Absolute nonsense.
I have almost next to nothing interest in these. Nothing at all.
You're not going to get a tattoo. Good. Not even for the channel.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. I'm already planning my Havoc tattoo because I'm gonna fucking love it.
Well, we'll be talking about it in a second now. I'm going to see some comments. Where were we now? So Gina says she went to see Robbie Williams in Manchester, and also got Kylie. We're going to be talking about Robbie Williams now. But if you haven't seen it, it's worth watching. I know I'm talking about Better Man too much, but it plays out like a horror film. The horrors of fame. Oh my God, it's so dark. Gina says, I'm not watching Mickey Mouse, sorry. Yeah, don't, because it looks awful.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Where are we? Jordan said, if I knew loads about this film, I wouldn't admit to it. Tyler Adams in the house. How's it going, Tyler?
Hey, what's happening, Tyler?
Jordan Moran says, this will make Street Trash look like Dolce Vita.
Hey, you guys need to start leaving Street Trash alone. John, have you watched Street Trash yet, pal? You need to watch it.
Shall we move on to something else?
Let's do it.
Are you sure we don't want to talk about this guy a bit more?
Go on then. Give me 5 minutes with this guy. Give me 5
minutes.
No,
we're talking. Do you want to kick us off, Kurt?
So, I'm a little bit disappointed with this one. So, first off, I haven't seen it. But I was expecting this one to be a big hit. And it's the majority of it is less than favourable. This one looks right up my street. I've been following this one since the first poster they dropped, and I didn't think there was actually going to be a unicorn in there. I seen A24 and some cool quirky title, Death of a Unicorn, and I just assumed like, okay, it's a euphemism for something. It's going to mean something else.
Like death.
And then I remember seeing that first trailer, and I was like, oh my God, it's actually about a unicorn. And this one looks fantastic. It's got a great cast. I love Paul Rudd. Jen Ortega's great. You've got Will Poulter, Tia something, Jenks?
Tia Leone,
yeah. Fantastic cast. I'm hoping they haven't chucked all the best bits in the trailer because there's so many great moments in the trailer. But, oh my God, these early reviews coming out, Jenks. I'm not saying it's got the worst reviews ever. It's kind of in the middle on Rotten Tomatoes. But a lot of people are saying, Jenks, that it's basically Cocaine Bear, which I don't know how much of a good thing that is. I got a lot of enjoyment out of Cocaine Bear for the go of it, but film-wise, it was pretty crap, right?
Yeah, I hated Cocaine Bear.
The guy who wrote Cocaine Bear directed this one, I believe.
Right, so yeah, because what's her face? That
Elizabeth
woman,
Banks directed Cocaine Bear. But this one looks great fun. I mean, I'm not going to be going in with my expectations low. I don't care. I have my own. I know I've got my own taste in movies, and it's a very particular taste. And it's this film. That's my taste.
Well, that's the thing. Well, like I said, today now, when I see two films that weren't tracking very well, reviews and stuff, and I enjoyed them both. So it depends on mood you're in sometimes.
Of course.
Yeah, this is out on the 4th, which is Thursday, I think, or Wednesday. It's not quite the weekend. Anyway, the guy who directed this, he also directed. Did he direct? What's his? No, I'm mixing up with somebody now. What else did he direct?
No idea.
Oh, do you know? No, I'm mixing up with my other film.
Do you know? Another thing people are complaining about is it would have been better if it just looked like a unicorn, like a nice, pretty, majestic unicorn, and it didn't look like a monster.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you know what? I actually agree with that. As much as I love monsters, how funny would it have been if it was just a straight up unicorn?
Yeah, like a cute one, like Bambi type with the horn. Do you know, I'm proper like dad, you know, and I drove past this sign with my daughter and I said to my wife, Do you think that sign's a bit scary? What if a kid just sees it on the bus stop and had it on by my house with the teeth? I thought, what if you're a little kid now? That's quite a scary poster, isn't it?
No, it's really colourful. I don't think it is.
It's like a proper monster. Like, Mommy, what's going on with that unicorn?
I love that poster. It's
cool.
so simple, but it's great.
I like the other one as well. I was in an hour which one to use. It's the one with the sheet over the dead
sheet over
unicorn.
it.
That is really cool. But
this is one of my most anticipated. We don't have to wait too long for it. What, 5 days?
Yeah. Do you know what annoys me though? Sorry, carry on.
No, go on.
Do you know what annoys me, right? When I was researching what horror was coming out this April, this wasn't coming up. I had to search for this separately as if it's not tagged under any horror because in case it doesn't sell as well.
Yeah. This is a horror.
Totally
it's meant
horror.
to be ultra violent.
But if you Google up and coming horror April, like I did for this research, this never comes up.
Yeah.
And I almost forgot to put it because it was out of my head.
It's probably because it has unicorn in the title.
I just think like it's a bit like the marketing, like it is classed as a thriller. It's like, oh, are you serious?
Oh, come off!
I know. It's ridiculous. Even Pet Sematary and The Shining as classed under thrillers. You're having a laugh.
Ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah. Pet Sematary, but fucking zombies.
You know, I'm talking about not like in my films too trashy and I'm wearing a killer clowns from outer space.
Right, I'm going to read a few comments. So you got Gina says, if I had the coin, I'd buy the rights for Donald Duck so no one can deface him. I used to do Donald speak. Yes, I used to do Donald speak as well. Can you do it, Kurt?
No, but my girlfriend's mother can fantastically, actually. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to attempt it. If I am, I'll attempt it off YouTube, and if I do well, I'll come back and I'll do it.
I love getting my wife to do things because she's incapable of doing accents or anything remote. her brain does not work that way.
Yeah,
we asked her to do an American accent the other day, and I said, she goes, what can I say? She goes, say, I caramba. I was watching The Simpsons. She goes, caramba. I was like, that's Yorkshire. That sounds like Brian Glover from American Werewolf. Anyway, let me read a few more of these. So Ella Starr says the unicorn.
Hey, is your button broke or what? The comments aren't coming up.
No, do you know what it is? They cover me too much.
It's fine.
I'm
No
getting
one to
cut
see
off.
your face anyway.
Yeah, no, it's look. Otherwise, we'll flip you over and you'll have to be on the bottom.
I'll take it, boy. I've always been a bottom.
Don't need to put them on the screen. Ella Starr, the unicorn film, has terrible reviews on YouTube. Yeah, well, I saw Cody Leach did one. I don't think he gave it a terrible one. Just, he kind of wish it was better. It had the guts, the germ of a great film, but it just didn't quite land, I think.
Yeah, I think the reviews are so in the middle. I know I'm going to love it. Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to watch it in the cinema. Look, I don't care what people say. So Don Keats says, I don't really think I could bring myself to watch a film about a unicorn.
But that's what's funny about it, isn't it? That's exactly why you should watch this film, because it's a film about a killer unicorn.
Yeah,
that's exactly why you should.
Yes, you told, like, we were going to do a trailer reaction for this. I think you mentioned it a few months ago, a trailer breakdown, but we weren't sure if it was horror enough. I think we might have, that's why we didn't do, I think, if I remember. Yeah, anyway, should we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
So we've got Until Dawn. This is out 25th of this month, next month, and it's David Sandberg directed it. He did Lights Out, Shazam 2. Really like...
Hey, Annabelle Creation, his best film, Jenks.
Yeah, okay. Shazam is awesome. Shazam 2 is shit. Well, not shit, just disappointing. His worst films. But and it's got Rachel Zegler in the second one.
Yeah.
She's Hollywood trash. Anyway, this is out 25th. Look, I'm not precious about this film because I have not played the games. I haven't even heard of the game, believe it or not. I know it's a massive game franchise. I'm
Well,
not a
there's
gamer.
only one. There's only one.
Oh,
There's only
okay,
one of
okay.
them.
I'm not a gamer, but the trailer looks really good. I'm only judging this on the film. I love the concept of like Groundhog Day, they getting killed over and over again. It's a bit like Happy Death Day kind of vibe. Same director, isn't it? Happy Death Day. Oh no, no, Drop
No,
is
that's
that's Drop.
Christopher Landon.
Yeah, but no, I saw a trailer today for Drop, and it was the same
Yeah.
director. But yeah, I love the concept. I tell you what it give me, Kurt. Give me cabin in the woods vibes.
Yeah,
The
I
trailer.
can see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
What do you think of this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I've played the game. The game is fantastic. The problem with it is that the game is a movie. Really, it's not like a fully controllable game. So you choose the character's decisions, and then you watch the majority of it in cutscenes, right?
Yeah.
The film looks good. It looks a bit Taro-y for me, and what I mean by that is Taro that came out last year.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like it could have been made by the same person, so my worry lays with how much it looks like Taro. It's got the same feel and the same vibe as that movie, and that was probably the worst movie of last year. I hated it with a passion.
I gotta say, when I saw
Actually, not with a passion, because I didn't go in with high expectations, so you can't hate something with a passion that you just went in thinking it'd be okay, right?
yeah,
But it's basically you've got these group of survivors. They're stuck in this house and they've got to survive until dawn. If they die, they start again until they keep going. And I think I'm not going to say anymore, because if it ends how the game ends, I know how it ends, and I'm going to end up talking about everything that happens in there. That's all I'll say is that's the plot of the movie. They've got to survive until dawn. If they die, they've got to start all over again.
do you know?
But I am looking forward to it. He's a very competent director. I'm not a big fan of Shazam 1 or 2. Lights Out was okay. It was his first movie. There's no surprise that one wasn't as great as it could have been. But I think Annabelle Creation is the best Conjuring spin-off movie by a country mile. It's nowhere near as good. I wouldn't say nowhere near as good, but it's not as good as Conjuring 1 and 2. It's 10 times better than Conjuring 3. But I think he's a very capable horror director. He's said he's done with superhero movies. He wants to go back to doing horror movies. So I feel like he's gone into this movie with a headset. This is where I'm supposed to be, and I need to make this one a good one, so I can keep making horror movies. So,
you know, he's made the right choice, because superheroes are on their ass, and game adaptations are massive, and they're only going to get bigger.
And not just game adaptations, horror is constantly on the rise.
Yeah.
We've had a great few years.
Yeah. This year's been shit though so far.
Box office wise, it hasn't been bad though. I mean, the year has been pretty weak, but look, The Monkey made 80 million in the box office. It cost 10 million. That's a great turnover. Yeah, they could have made more money, and I'm sure they were expecting it to make more money. They pumped a lot of money into ads for it. Yeah. But 80 million turnover for a 10 million movie, you can't go wrong with it. Like,
have you noticed? No, this cast now, right? They're very, very standard, very Hollywood, beautiful teens. Well, say they're meant to be probably teens. They're probably on their 30s. They can see the difference between like a Hollywood horror and something like Australian, like Talk to Me, where all the cast looked like real people.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Like none of them were particularly beautiful. They were just normal looking teens. And you can see the difference. These are cast. Not, like I said, I don't mind people like this in films. I kind of like standard sort of Hollywood. But that's what made like Talk to Me stand out. You instantly thought, these look like real teens. They're completely real. These don't.
Oh, yeah, and that's kind of the biggest selling point of these movies, and that's why I kind of venture into these more foreign countries and not just Australia, everywhere. I feel like as much as I love American horror movies, it's nice to go away and watch these independent movies from other countries, because they just cast regular people, and it makes such a difference.
It's the same
when you're watching real people in bad situations, because you connect with them more. I'll probably watch this. I can't connect to any of these people. Do you know what I mean? I probably won't be able to connect to any of them. Whereas if you watch a movie with real people, there's more connection there.
Yeah, it's the same with British sort of films and dramas because we haven't got the budget for big special effects. So it's got to be it's got to be character driven.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And I think that makes it better sometimes. And don't get me wrong, there is a time and a place. I do like a Transformers film smashing up a town or something.
Yeah,
It's
of
not like a
course.
complete snob, but I do
This
like
is
realism.
this is the thing as well, is that the majority of the time you're not going to see a horror movie for the heroines or the heroes, the survivors. You're going to see the monsters and you're going to see people die. But it is nice when you can watch a horror movie and you can root for the survivors, you know?
Yeah, totally. So Tyler Adams says, I used to do a good Pee Wee Herman. I can do Goofy. And the other day I knocked out RFK Jr.
That's great.
Don Keith says
Goofy's a good one.
they named it after me, lol, only joking. Now I definitely have to watch this. I've seen the trailer and unique ways to die, definitely would watch it. I think it looks really good. Like I said, when I first saw this trailer, I didn't know it was based on a game. I couldn't care less. But I remember seeing the trailer for Taro, and I thought it looked shit straight away.
You did. I remember you saying. I came to you and I said, "Hey, this doesn't look that bad." Production wise and the monsters, I got a 13 Ghosts vibe from it, and I love that film. As trash as it is, I love 13 Ghosts.
You go back. You go back to these sort of films now, and we forget how good we had it. 20 years ago, so many good films.
Yeah, I know, absolute bangers.
Palf says Tara was so awful. Yeah. Tyler Adams says I'm looking forward to this film. I like this guy. His YouTube videos are great.
Oh, he's done some bangers. His short film that he turned Lights Out into is phenomenal. It's like 2 minutes long, and he filmed it with his wife or his girlfriend, whatever. And it is literally a 2 minute short film. She's in her landing, and it's the same premise. Yeah, the lights go off. You can see the frame, the shadow, and then it's coming closer and closer to her, right? And it was 2 minutes, and Universal, I think it was Universal, or whoever funded Lights Out, literally contacted him because that became a viral sensation and offered him 20 million to turn into a feature-length movie. And that's how it happens. Do you know what I mean?
It's amazing. Universal probably hadn't seen Darkness Falls. It's the same plot, isn't it? Everyone was talking like, oh, such a good idea. I'm like, I've seen this exact film before. Yeah. And to be honest, I really didn't think much of Lights Out, the film. I thought that the shot was better. 2 minutes.
I watched it in cinema on my own and I wasn't scared, which isn't a good sign.
Yeah.
But there wasn't that much wrong with it. It was it wasn't. It was a serviceable horror movie, and like I said, good. Good for his first film. Like.
Yeah. Sam Jones says that monster looks like he's. Oh, sorry. It looks like he's got his nails done until dawn pick. Yeah.
Very demure.
Eli Cortez in the house. What's up, Jenkins and Curtis? How's it going, dude?
What's happening, Eli? How you doing, pal?
Appreciate you jumping on.
God, it feels like I haven't spoke to some of these people in ages, Jenks.
I know. Gina says, I've never watched Tarot. Don't watch it. As I can tell, actually read Tarot. Oh, you've read Tarot cards. I can read Tarot. Oh, sorry, let me just put it on the screen. He's got a new one jumping up. I've never watched Tarot, as I can actually read tarot cards. There's nothing like the film sounds. I've seen the kill count. That's enough for me. Yeah. Don't watch it. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. Gina says, I enjoyed Darkness Falls. I quite enjoyed it as well. I saw it in the cinema about 20 years ago.
I remember it coming out. I was really young, maybe like 10. And I've been looking for it because Darkness Falls has just dropped on Netflix, and it ended up in the top 10 chart, right? So it became relevant again. And I remember I got a photo in my mother's house of me standing next to a big box TV when I'm like 10, and I'm posing next to the TV because I'm watching Darkness Falls, and I'm like 9 or 10, right? And I remember the photo. It's the opening scene of Darkness Falls when they're showing all old pictures of people, right? And I've been looking for everywhere because I wouldn't have posted on our Twisted Locker page because Darkness Falls, people are talking about it again. I was like, I've got to find that photo because nothing has changed, Jenks. I've been watching these movies since, and it's nice to go back and look. Do you know what? I've been watching these movies since I was like, oh my God, like 7 or 8, and there was no boundaries of what I could watch. Do you know what I mean?
It's the Tooth Fairy. I only saw it once 20 years ago. The Tooth Fairy. The guy, if my memory serves me, the lead guy looks a spit of Mark Wahlberg. That I can remember. I've never seen him in anything else since. I could be wrong. Anyway, this is 20 years ago. It was just maybe longer.
Not that I can remember.
Yeah.
But I need to rewatch it. I haven't watched it since it's been on Netflix. I haven't seen it for a while, but that opening scene, terrifying. If I can remember right.
Yeah. Eli says, Lights Out started awesome, but the end was weak. Yep, totally agree. But he says that Darkness Falls is killer. Yeah. I'm going to rewatch it, actually.
That soon.
Yeah. It's when you have a string of shit films, you go back and think, fuck, I was too hard in this film.
Yeah.
Like I stuck on Con Air the other day, right? I sort of suddenly you're always looking for something new, and then you go, what am I doing? I'm going to look at something old. I stuck on Con Air. I never liked it when it came out because there was so many other things to watch. I really enjoyed it.
I love Con Air. Con Air's great.
But I think if you look back at the year by year, how many amazing iconic films are coming out, I think things get lost, and you just get seduced by other films, and then you go back again and realize, you know, I should be more appreciative of that time.
I wonder if we're still doing this podcast in like 20 years, and I've gone back and I've just watched Presents, and I'm like, do you know what? I was too hard on this.
I was too hard on Jenks. Yeah. We haven't spoken since. I dumped him. Jordan Morans.
I came close.
Look, with Lady in the Yard, right? I didn't want to say. I was going to give it 4 stars right up to the end. I think you'll enjoy it. I really will. I really do.
I don't know. You mentioned Babadook, and I can't stand that film.
Shut up. But how many times have you seen Babadook?
Once.
Oh, watch it again, could you?
Nah, I'm all right, Jenks. I'm all right. Genuinely right. I hated it.
Yeah, well,
I thought it was awful.
You're outnumbered at that one. Anyway.
They wasted a good killer, and that kid is too annoying. And I know why he's annoying, because they're trying to show her frustration with her kid. But we don't have to go through it as well. Do you know what I mean? Why do we have to go through it?
Shut up.
Do it off camera, like. Do you know
awesome.
What I mean?
Jordan Moran says, I never watched Taro. Don't watch it, but I thought Baghead was awful. Probably the worst cinema trip last year. 2 shit films, you're right.
Yeah.
And we reviewed them both.
Again, you know, Baghead was shit, but I wasn't expecting much. I wasn't expecting it to be great. So when it finished, I went, yeah, it was okay. But that's not a good thing, innit? No one ever wants you to come out of their movie and say, yeah, it was okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got to say, I got a slight soft spot for it because it was our first ever new film we reviewed for our channel.
Yeah, of course.
And it was the first ever horror film I watched with my daughter. She was 14 and we snuck her in. Oh, no, was it 12? No, it was a 15. So it's kind of a special moment. But yeah, it wasn't the worst film in the world, but it was definitely forgettable.
Yeah.
Where are we now?
Do you want to read a few comments?
Yeah, go on. So Baghead is the last one with Jordan.
Where's that? I got it, yeah. I'm going to cover your face. Sit up a bit.
No!
John says, I'm gutted. I can't go see The Rock in Edinburgh tomorrow. It finishes too late for the last train. Oh, the Nick Cage one. Great film.
Oh, that's just popped up on Amazon. Disney Plus. I'm going to watch that. I love it.
Eli says, I wonder if 20 years from now, Jenks is going to see Street Trash as the masterpiece it is. Let's hope so.
I'll have a tattoo on my arm. Look, I've changed my mind.
Gina says, I've got at least 600 DVDs out of the thousands to watch that I haven't seen. My boyfriend gave me 500 for Christmas, and I've just inherited 500 from my brother. Luckily, I've seen a lot of his as he introduced. Yeah, do you know what, Gina? I'm the same. I'm never short on films between VHS, DVD, Blu-ray and 4K. I've got to get rid of at least half. I have to, because I've got no room for them.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start getting rid of stuff, because I said I weren't going to collect 4Ks, and now that's all I can buy. Do you know what? I walk past Blu-rays in shops now and scoff.
Maybe you Kurt.
God.
I tell you what, rather than like getting rid of stuff, maybe stop buying big box VHSs. They're fucking huge.
I know. That's the problem. Do you know what it is as well? Though? When I've had a drink, I like to go on eBay and bid on VHS tapes.
Never buy.
You know?
Never buy drunk. Never book a concert or a holiday drunk.
Yeah. I wake up sometimes, and I've bid on what was it? It was a Trick or Treat VHS, right? The Sammy Kerr one.
Yeah.
30 quid the bidding was up to, and I'm there bidding away like. And I remember doing it, but then in the morning then I was like, what the hell was I thinking? And it's weird, because even though you can remember doing it, you're still in a different head frame, and you wake up in the morning like, what the hell was I doing? Like,
so some people cheat on their wives, some people beat people up. You buy VHS. Oh, I can't believe it on VHS in bed. Like, oh my god. Should we move on?
Aye, let's do it.
So, this is not a horror, but Curtis would lynch me if I didn't include it.
Well, don't act like you've included for me. I asked you personally to include it, right? Curtis would lynch me.
You can
I
kick
text
us off.
you.
I haven't even seen the trailer.
How? Why? Why haven't you seen the trailer?
No, I was going to watch it, but the trailer was too long, and I thought, I'm going to watch it anyway when it comes out. I can't be bothered.
It's like 30 seconds, Jenks.
I'm sure it was a 3-minute one.
No, it's 1 minute. 1 minute trailer. Very
that
proper
could be...
teaser. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You're going to watch it, because I want to talk about this movie because Gareth Evans is one of my favourite directors of all time. If you're not familiar with him, he's a Welsh director who started his career in Indonesia. He did The Raid 1 and 2. And he's kind of come back over here now. We've had a few films out of him. He did Apostle on Netflix, which was fantastic. And now his return to action movies, and I absolutely cannot wait for this movie. It's one I've had my eye on for the last 4 years. He's not a man that rushes his job. He does everything himself in-house. He colours it, he edits, everything, right? So when Netflix ask him to make a movie, they know they're going to be sitting around for about 4 years waiting for him to make this film. I remember them filming it in Swansea, so it's based in America, but it was filmed in Wales, which I wish it was just based in Wales, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
Give us a Welsh movie in it. But yeah, we finally got the trailer a few weeks back, and I watched it. I watched it about 1 million times, Jenks. Genuinely, I spent 3 days. So Tom Hardy is like a bruised detective going up against a corrupt underworld. So it starts with a drug deal gone wrong, and then it's him fighting the criminal underworld. Now, it's not a story we haven't seen. It's probably something we've seen 1 million times, but it's the person who's making the movie, and it's Gareth Evans. I genuinely believe no one understands action movies quite like Gareth. No one understands how to perform action like him. We clearly seen a drop in Gangs of London. He did season 1. He had nothing to do with 2 and 3, and we've seen a massive decline in quality in that series. I know for a fact this guy can deliver. Every single time he's done a movie like this, he's delivered. And This is by far my most anticipated movie of the year. I'm counting down the days for it.
Do you think it's worth me watching Raid 2? Because I did enjoy Raid 1.
Well, yeah, of course. If you
can
put up with the subtitles, it's a lot longer than the Raid one. You know, you're clocking up to 2 hours on the second one.
Funny enough, I watched like Dread last night because they got the same plot line. I love that sort of one location, just going through floor by floor, fucking people up. It's amazing.
But this is the thing with Gareth Evans and what I'm saying about like his how much he understands action and how to deliver it is he started a movement in a country he doesn't belong to. So he goes over to Indonesia, he makes the Raid 1 and 2, and he starts a movement in Indonesia. A little Welshman starts his action movement, and everybody wants to be like Gareth Evans. Everyone wants to make movies like him. There's so many carbon copies of the Raid, Dread, and I just adore the guy. I think. Go on.
Yeah, Dread didn't copy it, man. They were filming it at the same time.
Yeah, all right. Okay. You
Yeah.
you don't know what went on behind the scenes.
No, you
Which
can
script was done
Google
first?
it. You can Google it. Yeah.
Hey, you can't trust everything you read on Wikipedia, Jenks.
Let me tell
That's
you
all I'm
now.
saying.
Dread is amazing. Don't slag off Dread.
Yeah, but it doesn't hold a candle to Raid, and I'll stand by that as well.
I'll be the judge. Oh, hang on, I've frozen again. It's my computer.
No, you haven't, boy.
No, my I have frozen. I'm frozen my end.
But, all right, anyway, so if anyone is a fan of action movies, absolutely jump on this one. I know it's not a horror movie, but I can guarantee you absolute violence. We got a glimpse of it in the trailer. I can't wait for this movie. I'm literally counting down the days. I have not stopped thinking about this movie for 3 years, even before we got a picture. Yeah. I just knew that Gareth Evans was returning to action movies, and it was coming sometime in the 20s.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, but you have frozen now.
Yeah, well, it is. It's not Restream. It's my computer. Everything. I'm locked out of everything. I'm clicking shit, and nothing's working. So it's not just Restream. But you can still hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, let's crack on then. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll
go
read
to the next one.
Out.
Yeah.
Ella Star says, agree, Baghead was just fine. Babadook, I hated too. Well, you said I was outnumbered here, Jenks. Eli says, the kid from Babadook was annoying as fuck. I don't blame his mum for going crazy. Absolutely. And I mean, that's what they were trying to portray in there.
That was the first ever time I could understand why, like, a mother would, like, kill a kid. I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
You know.
Gina says, I've got 2 copies of at least 50 films now on DVD. Yeah, I'm terrible for doubling up, Gina. Absolutely terrible for it.
Hey, Kurt, have you ever considered getting, like, Betamax versions of films you love? Has that ever crossed your mind? No.
I only collect X-Rental VHS tapes. I don't care about everyone, but I like the X-Rental big box editions. So, I got no interest in Betamax.
I'm not saying like do it for everything, but like like a few key ones. Like say there was like a Return of the Living Dead or
I would. I mean, I've got From Dusk Till Dawn and The Thing on Laserdisc.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just certain ones would be quite cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I'd collect any edition of any film, like. Eli says, hey, you put Ghost in a horror list, Jenks. I don't want to hear anything from you.
It is a horror.
Keep bringing it up, right? Every time we go live, keep bringing it up because we can't let him forget. We can't.
I'm telling you now, Ghost is a horror.
John says, fuck yeah, Havoc will be immense. It's going to be movie of the year. I've already given it 5 stars.
You can't say that.
I can.
Anyway, let's move on to the next one, is it?
Wait there now, we got some comments here. Tyler says, still not watched The Raid, I'm guessing, Tyler? Oh, there we are, haven't. It may not be your thing, Tyler, if you're not into action movies, but if you enjoy old Hong Kong movies and action films, it'd be right up your street, pal. Palf says, I'm so excited for Havoc. Hell yeah. Boom. Jordan says, a very old school Hong Kong style of directing, but on steroids. Definitely, yeah. He hasn't created his own genre, but he's absolutely mastered it. I feel like he should be more in demand, to be honest. But it does take him about 4 years to make a film. Tyler says, Ben Affleck's Batman movie was going to be Raid copy, I heard. Then I won't give it back.
Yeah, they were going to do that, yeah.
Jordan says, Dread and the Raid are phenomenal. I grew up on 2000 AD, so looking forward to Duncan Jones's Rogue Trooper movie. Yes. Look, I only slag off Dread to wind Jenks up. I think it's a fantastic film.
Yeah.
It's a
Mama is one of the greatest female villains ever. She's fucking terrifying.
John says, that frozen screen of Jenks and him speaking makes him seem like an angry, evil ventriloquist dummy.
Can you see me now? Am I moving again?
Ginger ventriloquist dummy.
With a hand up my ass, yeah. Right, we're going to move on away from this now because it's not even fucking horror. We got Hell of a Summer. I was researching this, and a lot of these films were like were kind of released officially like a year ago on, I think, in like these festivals. But it's directed by Finn Wolfhard, the guy from Stranger Things. He's in it.
Yeah.
He's directed it. Fair play to him. He's really young. Look, I watched the trailer for this just now. It looks all right. It looks
Yeah.
perfectly fine. It doesn't look like anything original. It's very meta. It's kind of very self-aware of all these sort of movie monsters like Jason and things like that. They make reference to Jason, I think, in it.
Yeah.
It's a comedy horror. Doesn't do anything that exciting, but I don't think it looks bad.
Do you know, my problem with it is that I think it looks good, and I'll definitely be going to see this
Yep.
one in cinema. A huge Stranger Things fan. Love Finn Wolfhard. He was great in it as well.
Yeah, he was.
I'd say he's probably had the best career outside of Stranger Things. I'm saying that because even though Millie Bobby Brown has done loads of stuff outside and some big movies, she hasn't really left Netflix, and her movies aren't really doing that well. I don't think Damsel or Electric State have done too well.
No.
And he seems to be popping up in a lot of stuff. So fair play to the guy. He's directing his first movie. And it looks right up my street. It's set in a summer camp. My favourite setting for a horror movie.
Yep.
Friday the 13th, my favourite franchise. My problem with it, right, is that it just looks too funny, Jenks. It doesn't look like there's going to be any tension or horror in it whatsoever.
Yeah,
well,
the cracking
there's going to be
jokes, isn't
horror, but it looks a bit too silly. Now,
Yeah.
I usually like that, but similar to what you say, Jenks, is there has to be some sort of horror element in this, some scares.
Yeah.
Look at the movie Severance. That balances comedy and horror perfectly. Shaun of the Dead does the same, but takes the comedy a bit further than Severance.
Yeah.
But it needs to have some sort of terror in there. And from what I see in the trailers, this one doesn't look to be delivering on that front.
Yeah, and like I said, I like horror. I like comedy horrors, but I like people to still be scared. That's,
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I didn't like about Heart Eyes. I don't like them poking fun when there's danger. You can still be funny and still be terrified. If you look at Evil Dead 2, Ash is absolutely terrified all the way through. Like, completely, like... That's why, as a kid, I didn't even know it was a horror, because of his reaction. Whereas if you watched Army of Darkness, you're definitely going to know it's a horror comedy. But yeah, I will watch this. I don't think it's going to go to the cinema. I'm guessing it'll be like straight to streaming, I think. What do you reckon?
I think it'll have... I haven't seen it released. I haven't seen any sort of ads for it on streaming. I think it'll get a limited release in cinema.
It's out this weekend in America, and there's no... I think it'll be in America, limited screenings, and probably nothing over here until we get it on streaming.
Yeah.
I'm going to read a list of... I'm going to read a few of these now. So Tyler Adams said, I accidentally rewatched Hot Fuzz and Spawn a few times. I accidentally rebought, sorry. Accidentally Is that what you do? Oh, fuck, I've already got this.
Yeah. Going home to add it to your collection. You're looking for S, and it's there. Shaun of the Dead.
That is mental. That shows how much you got. That is crazy.
Well, I rented a movie the other day, Jenks, because I was craving it, and I owned it on Blu-ray. I completely forgot. I done it twice. Do you know what I did the other day, right, Jenks? It was after our live on Sunday, right? And I jumped in a bed. I thought, because I was tired, I thought I'd just chuck any movie on. So I'm scrolling on Amazon, and I come across a movie called I can't remember what it's called now, but it's a horror film, right? Put on, and I was just gonna fall asleep to it. I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
And I'm like 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in. I'm like, oh my god, this is an absolute banger. I'm proper enjoying this, isn't it? So I finished the film. And the first thing I do, right, when I watch a film, I'll go on YouTube, not on YouTube, I'll go on Google, and I'll Google it, because I'll buy it, right? Yeah. I want it on Blu-ray. And then I see the cover then, I've got it. I own it. Because I buy in bulk. So I used to buy in bulk, right? I used to get those deals, Arrow Video, five for something. So I bought, I used to buy films in bulk. And then some of them just get lost in my shelf, right?
Yeah.
And I recognised their artwork for it as soon as I Googled it. I thought, oh my god, I own it.
So, like, when we did a review for Return of the Living Dead 3, like, you still had it in a cellophane.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise genuinely that I thought you hadn't taken it out of the cellophane, but I still thought you had seen it at some other point. But
I've never watched it. The movie is called The Sender from 1982. He was the guy who directed it. He worked on all the Star Wars movies as a production designer, and this was his directional debut.
Yeah.
If no one has seen this movie, I highly recommend. It's great.
Yeah.
And I own it on Blu-ray.
So Hugh Uckridge says, if you like The Raid, watch District 13, a French movie. Now, I've heard of it, I haven't seen it.
Great film. It's a parkour action movie. I love that one going up.
I remember it quite big, actually, when it came out.
Yeah.
Easy to, Eli Cote says, Jenks need to watch Ricky or the Story. Ricky or the Story of Ricky. What's that?
Yeah, it's a bonkers prison Asian movie. He punches a hole in someone's stomach. And I mean, he punches his stomach and it does a perfect hole, you know.
Like a manga, sort of, like an anime sort of.
Oh, no, it is. That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, because I saw the cartoon of Fist of the North Star, and I'm pretty sure he does the same thing.
Yeah. But it is like a manga turned into like a live action movie, but it's ultra violent.
So Tyler Adams says, I really like The Electric State. I haven't seen it. All I've viewed is bad stuff. I reckon I'm going to watch it maybe. I reckon it'd be fun. It just probably costs so much money that people expected more.
Yeah, well, I'm watching Stranger Things with my daughter now, so she's going to want to watch it because 11 is her favourite character, obviously. Yeah. So I'm waiting to watch it with her, and I feel like once we're done with Stranger Things, I'll chuck Electric State on.
Yeah. Tyler Adams says, grew up on Jackie Chan VHS rentals. I probably like The Raid. Well.
Yeah, absolutely, pal. If you like those, you'd love The Raid.
Right. Oh, what the fuck's going on here now? Crap. Should we move on to the next one? No, there's only a couple left. I actually saved these in case we didn't. I was going to ditch them if we went over time, but we got a bit of time. Don't know a lot about these films, but It Feeds. Have you heard of this one? Have you seen the trailer even?
No.
So it's like it looks pretty basic. It's like an entity that's attached to like a child. She's like a therapist or something.
I've never heard of that before.
I know, and it's very generic. It's got Ashley Greene from Twilight and Sean Ashmore, Iceman bloke.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not obviously he's a familiar face, but he does shit films. Yeah, he's not.
No. He was the lamplighter in The Boys.
Was he?
Yeah, lamplighter. Yeah,
lamplighter. Look, it looks generic. It looks perfectly serviceable for a 90-minute horror. It's out at the end of April, but I think it's out in the UK in May. So I chucked it on this list, but that's all I got to say about it, really. There's not much to say. It's just, like it says, a very generic horror.
Yeah, I can tell from that.
Yeah, but it's nothing to talk about. Like I said, I put these on because I might as well, because there's enough to talk about. But yeah,
the little fillers, like.
Yeah, do you want to read a few comments, Kurt?
Yeah,
so you're on this one, you are, Jordan.
John says, I'm 41 and still on the fence about comedy horror, hence why I prefer Evil Dead 1 over 2.
Oh, that's a bold statement.
Yeah, that's fair enough, pal. I do feel like Evil Dead 2 balances it better than most horror comedies. It's hard to really call it a horror comedy.
Well, it goes back to what we said. If you're a kid and you think it's a flat-out horror and you don't even see the comedy, then it worked perfectly, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. John says the worst one for me, which doublers is blind buy-in during sales and forget I own something because I've not got to watch it yet. I do it all the time, John. Honestly, pal, I'm terrible for it. And at the moment as well, my films are so scattered everywhere because I've recently moved. A lot of them are out of mind, like in boxes and in different rooms and. So I've done it a few times now where I've rented movies that I own. Eli says, I have The Sender on VHS. Of course you do. I knew this would be a film that you'd seen and own. What do you think of this one, Eli, pal? I absolutely loved it. I've owned it for about 3 years, but I've never watched it. Tyler says, my daughter, 11-year-old, is obsessed with Stranger Things. I love the show. Same, pal. I've just introduced my daughter to it. She's 10 this year. I was a bit on the fence about showing it to her, but I thought, you know what, there's not much in there that's inappropriate for kids. It's quite childish in parts, although there's a lot of intense scenes. But we're on episode 3 of season 4, and she's absolutely loving it. And it's a great test for me because I said to her, I'm not 100% sure about showing you season 4 because I thought Vecna may have been too scary for her, right?
Yep.
And you've obviously got that scene at the start where he kills Chrissy and she's all, her bones are being bent and stuff. Well, we've watched that scene now and she was fine, so I'm ready to show her Evil Dead 2.
Because that scene, I was going to say, that scene is quite graphic. One of the more graphic scenes in the whole franchise series.
Yeah, exactly. But I said to her, I was like, look, you can watch Evil Dead 2 if you want to. I know we'll be fine. And she's like, I'm not ready yet. And I'm like,
bless.
I'm like, no, I'm just telling you, when you're ready, I will let you watch it. Because she's seen Army of Darkness. She loves that. She's been watching that for a few years.
When you're ready, you can watch Serbian film, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, there's some films, regardless of age, I will never watch with my daughter. Even if she's 40. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not ready, Dad. You're 45.
I'm not ready. John says, my collection is in no order, but that's no excuse that I bought the Bong Joon-ho box set and also bought his film Mother the same day.
Too much money.
Yeah, but you know what, John? They're different editions in there. I've got a Bong Joon-ho set, but it's not that nice fancy one, But I do own Mother. Fantastic film.
Tell me, Kurt, what film do you have the most versions of?
The Thing. All day.
How many? Name them all.
Well, I've got it on VHS once.
Yeah, just once.
Yeah, just once. DVD about 4. Blu-ray.
No. What I mean, DVD. What are the 4 different versions? Why would you have 4? Like German version and shit like that? Is there?
Well, yeah, they constantly release different versions. A lot of it is just different artwork. Sometimes they'll have different special features. Sometimes it's a different transfer altogether. It's just collecting it because it's something that you love in it. Like The Thing is my favourite movie, so whenever they've released an edition of that movie, whether it's a special edition, whether it's Forerun, Steelbook, Mediabook, anything, I'll just buy it because I love that movie. And it's the same with Evil Dead. It's the same with any other movie that I love. But yeah, Blu-ray 10 times, 4K 6 times, I think. I'll keep buying it. I actually, a few years ago, I actually sold a few of my Thing Blu-rays that were worth money because I needed it. I'm gutted now, but I've got all those, and I have actually sold some in the past.
You've got to hunt down a Betamax. You've got to.
Yeah, I think so.
That would be awesome. I bet you it'd be really expensive.
And I've got the Thing on Laserdisc. Yeah.
There was a format that was out that looked like a music cassette that you could do both sides. There was they made videotapes that you could turn over and use the other side as well. And I do not know what it's called. It was a bit like, I think they were competing with either Betamax or VHS, a bit like Blu-ray versus HD.
HD DVD, yeah.
HD DVD, and like one lost the race,
Yeah, of course.
Right. Last one, again, bit of a vague one. I put these on because I thought maybe we wouldn't talk enough, but we have. Dead Male. Have you seen the trailer for this?
I have. I've actually heard about this one because this one is right up my street, Jenks. It looks a bit like a found footage movie.
Yeah.
It's got that grotty, horrible VHS vibe to it. It looks to be in the same tone as Long Legs.
Yeah, very much.
So yeah, this one is on my my watch list on Letterboxd.
It'll be on Shudder now, the 18th.
Yes, I'm looking forward to this one.
It's the premise. It sounds great. So he's like a captive. He manages to get a letter into a letterbox, mailbox, and they use it's. I can't explain it now. So it goes to the mail room or whatever, and they got to return it to the sender. There's a guy you can track where it's been sent from. I'm butchering the description, something like that. But either way, it's interesting. Looks very different, and I will definitely watch it, I think.
Oh yeah, 100%. I've had my eye on this one for a while.
Yes, it's been floating around for about a year, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. But again, these are just the type of horror movies now. When I spoke about it a few lives ago, Jenks, where I was talking about this huge resurgence in horror movies, and there's so many new voices coming out in horror, and we really need to be looking out for these films. And there's movies like that one that aren't going to get as much look in. To be fair, Shudder are doing a great job of pushing movies now. There's a lot of people turning over to Shudder. I remember it wasn't even that long ago, Jenks. It was like Netflix when that started.
Yeah.
I had to get rid of it once because they only had unoriginal horror movies on there. I'm talking about already made horror movies. And they went down that same route as Netflix, where they started producing and creating their own movies. And honestly, Jenks, give them 4 or 5 years now and they're going to be huge.
Yeah.
There's already, it's great going to cinema and seeing Shudder come up at the start of a movie. I love it because I remember them starting out and I thought, oh my God, horror only streaming service, and it was about time someone had done there. And every time I see their name now, it's a victory.
I think it's I love their logo and the boom boom.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
It's so good.
It's so simple.
I love it.
When I watched A Working Man today, so it did that thing where there's about 18 different companies had production company. No, the logos, about 1 million logos, and it reminded me of that sketch from Family Guy. Yeah. The worst offender for that is because Shudder did it. It was
Late Night with the Devil.
Late Night with the Devil.
It was terrible.
It was because if Shudder was the first one came up.
Yeah.
Because it must have been, because the thing is that film must have been cheap to produce. Did everyone just chip in like 10 quid each or something?
yeah. I'll chuck you a 10.
We could have chipped in. I'll chip in Twisted Locker.
yeah. No, I get you.
Yeah. Right. Just to read a couple of comments. Tyler Adams, when they drop a 4K of TMTN, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, easier to say. 1990, I'll be on it. Love that movie. To the 35th anniversary. That film, right, is so strange when it came out because it's so dark, and I think it was going for the Batman vibe, but it's about turtles. It's mental. I should love Ninja Turtles so much. Oh my God.
I was obsessed with them. Do you know, when I was young, I was obsessed with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? And my father would record them on VHS, right? Yep. Whenever the episodes on TV, record them. But my father's a really good artist, right? I say artist, he's never done anything professionally with it, but he's a really good artist, right?
Yeah, he is.
And he used to draw the covers, so he would create the VHS covers, and we had a shelf of them, right? Yeah. And that's what I always remember about TMNT, is those made-up covers, but he drew them like the cartoon, and they were, fantastic,
Isn't it? So those of you from America, in Britain, they changed it to Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles because they thought ninja was too violent, which is really strange. Like in there, they had to change the theme song and everything.
The original comic book was ultra violent.
Yeah.
It was not a kid's book, like.
But yeah, it's so strange. Like, because as kids, we just always assumed it was Hero Turtles until the film came out. It was like ninja. Right, 1 second. So we got Tyler Adams says, I showed her The Sixth Sense last night. She loved it. The twist was amazing to her. Now she wants to watch Unbreakable.
Yes.
Well, I stuck on The Sixth Sense, I mentioned it in another video, to my daughter, and she hadn't heard anything about the twist, and it was so good, her going, oh my God, it's a ghost. And I thought, it's still got life, that twist does.
Yeah.
It's not dated. It's not easy to get. It's only easy to get if you're primed to like sort of get twists in it.
Yeah, exactly.
So Don Keats says, are they doing a remake of I Know You Did Last Summer? Yes. And what's her face is in it?
Well, it's not a remake.
No, a sequel. Jennifer Love
Legacy sequel, yeah.
Yeah, she's in it.
Yeah. I can't wait for it. I love those films. 1 and 2, both great. Great to go back and watch those ones. I didn't appreciate them at the time when I was younger.
Yeah.
Going back and watching them now, they're great movies.
Yeah. Is she going to do that again?
I'm all for legacy sequels. What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
Do you know what? I think I told you before. I stuck on Scary Movie for my daughter before she'd seen that film. And she knew the Scream references, but she didn't know about I Know We Did Last Summer. I know they obviously exaggerate when she's spinning it. When I stuck the proper one on for her, I was like, she actually does just as bad.
And And Ryan Philippe is just as angry.
Yeah, more angry.
Yeah, he's terrible in it.
He's horrible.
He's horrible.
Believe it or not, it was funnier to see it that way around because she could see. All she could imagine was the guy from Scary Movie.
Yeah.
Right, I think we can wrap it up now. I think we've done.
Yeah.
We timed it relatively well.
I'll tell you what I'm doing tonight, Jenks. So we better wrap it up. I have just received in the last couple of days The Brood and Scanners on 4K, right? I watched The Brood last night on 4K. And I know you won't appreciate this, Jenks, but probably one of the greatest transfers I have ever seen in my life.
Is it?
That movie came out in, 1978, I believe. And it could have been made last week. So I'll be watching Scanners tonight, David Cronenberg's Scanners on 4K. I can't wait.
I saw that once years ago. I'm sure there are sequels, isn't there? There's definitely Scanners.
Yeah, there's three of them.
Yeah.
There's three of them.
Cronenberg,
He didn't direct them, though.
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah,
John says Late Night to the Devil was a movie equivalent of a whip around.
Everyone's emptying out their pockets.
Knocking on doors. We're raising money for John Moran.
Anything you can give.
Yeah,
anything you can give.
Anything you can give. John,
we'll accept anything.
Moran says toddlers in streets wreaking havoc because they saw Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Stupid. Right, guys, we are done for the night. Cheers for jumping on. Like I said, we haven't done one of these before. I wouldn't mind doing one every month.
Yeah, I mean, if there's enough horror movies to talk about, I'm up for it, Jenks.
Definitely.
One thing as well, guys, is we are going to be going to 2 lives a week. So we're thinking of doing one on a Wednesday. I know we mentioned this before, but we're actually going to do it this time. We're going to be doing a live on a Wednesday and a live on a Sunday. Same time, 7 o'clock. If you guys are interested in that, let us know.
Yes, definitely. If you're on Facebook, guys, we've got a group. You're welcome to join. We review horror movies. People reveal their collections and all sorts. It's a nice group. If you're interested in becoming a member, membership starts 99 pence or 99 cents, goes up to $4.99. We drop in quite a lot of videos on there now. We were a bit slow to start with, but I think it's pretty jam-packed now.
Yeah, we've got plenty on there.
And if you know anybody that might like our channel, we're still a growing channel. We're pretty new and we're still learning and getting better as we go. Tell your friends about us, share us, and subscribe if you can. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for a good live, guys. Appreciate you all.
Yes, appreciate it, guys. Take it easy.
Cheers all.
Happy Mother's Day.